Okay, we see Spotyus picking Zawan on the player one side in the orange versus Sigma going Lytra. And we saw some open season just now. Obviously, very different matchup, very different players. And Zawan was not doing well there. So let's see if Spotyus can put on a bit of a better performance. But Lytra, interesting pick on open season. I haven't seen Lytra too much. But Sigma is a huge Lytra fan, so I guess if anybody was going to pick Lytra, it would be Sigma.
Yep, I mean, Lytra had some maps where like you're playing more around the tier 1 and some maps where you're playing more around the tier 2. I think on open season you're playing more around the tier 2. Because like the area in front of the strongholds has a bunch of villages there, and it's really hard for golems to stand in your Lytra over there without like getting geometry somewhere in a village. So yeah, like Lytra will usually make more use of tier 2 on this map, where like some other maps Lytra is kind of picked mostly for like the tier 1 pressure, kind of like how Wolfar would play. And then, you know, you get the tier 2 later on, so it's nice.
The Sigma just going for that village straight away, leaving the opponent's sword alone just for the moment.
Yeah. Opening inaccuracies by both players, I'd say, but nothing too major, so let's see. Yeah.
Sword goes down
But
there.
he's gonna kill that sword, and his sword is gonna survive on the mountain, so that's kind of funny.
And actually, yeah, that sword going down though is going to allow these villages to stay alive a little bit longer. Yeah, these two injured swords are actually going to struggle with capturing. And Sigma, actually, I kind of like their early game plan here. Like, that sword in the bottom left isn't really that important. Like, it's not really going to do much.
I don't think Spotyus is gonna struggle with the villages, because you have the night crit set up right there. Oh, I guess this Harpy might have something to say about that, but
There's a mage to
but
cover,
yeah, there
actually,
we go.
so... Okay, so they're going to take those down. Should be okay. Ooh, the mage doesn't cover the sword if it goes for the capture on that village, so... the sword actually just not going to do anything. I guess it's the right
Yeah,
call, you
I
just
mean,
don't want to give your opponent a free hit.
yeah, the sword will also just get shot by the rifle if it went to capture there. Which I guess means the rifle crits the knight, which, you know, it's not... It happens a lot on open season, actually, where you're like, oh, a rifle can crit the knight, well, I guess I will. I mean, usually it's probably better to position the rifle better, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's still value. It's like guaranteed value now against like hypothetical value later. So, and oh, actually, here we see, is Ligma gonna use tier 1 on that harpy? Maybe
Maybe.
could do it from like either side of the harpy, actually.
Yeah, actually, yeah, like any side of the harpy goes down. So decides not to, decides to keep the tier 2 for now. Just pulls the mage
Yeah,
out.
very close to tier 2 actually, so it makes sense
Yeah.
to save up. Here the knight hits, like, takes damage to decap the village. That's kind of a classic on the left side, because if you decap from below that mountain, yeah, the harpy can one-shot the knight.
Ooh.
And one-shotting a knight with the harpy is usually like just straight up worth it.
Yeah, because
And
like harpies are
then
pretty much always just extra unit count, right?
yeah, and especially on this map, you can set up the rifle behind the harpy, so that even if a mage does kill the harpy, you then get to kill the mage from a safe position. And it's so yeah, that tile is bad news for knights in general. But let's see. Zawan is getting pretty aggressive, and I mean this is like pretty signature Spotyus. Like Spotyus just loves being overly aggressive with Commander, and like you have to know when to punish them for doing that, because if you don't, they're just gonna run away with it.
Yeah.
And they won't stop. They will never stop until you stop them yourself.
And actually, there's not a lot defending the stronghold right now.
Yeah, they're both kind of trying to kill in the moment. Then, all right.
Oh, and there's the block for any reinforcements. So, is this just gonna be like game in like a couple
This
turns?
is a like split Zawan grooves. So like we don't usually see that, but you know it's an option. Doing a lot of damage on the left actually this turn. Zigma does have some potential to counterattack, but I don't think it will be enough. Because like Zigma's knights are already gone after this attack, so it's not gonna be easy. Let's see.
Oh, Zigma's just like, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna do as much as I can. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
No Lytra groove. Lytra's just gonna fight this turn.
I mean, I don't think there was a good Lytra groove because like you don't have the space to actually use it from, right?
Yeah, that is
Like
true.
this is kind of the like one of the problems holding Lytra back is that in like sometimes you just have these positions where you really want to use groove and you should be able to, but you just can't.
And,
But it
is this
looks
just
like
dead?
Spotyus
No,
is saying that the game is over. And yeah, like you said, the vines cut off reinforcements and set up for the lethal this turn.
And I guess this is the game plan Zawan wants to have, right? Like, there isn't enough defense on strongholds. You just use your groove to cut off reinforcements, and you just have enough defending your own stronghold to stay alive. And yeah, Zigma, I think they played an okay game. They had a good economy for a lot of it. I think I would have liked to have seen the tier 1 groove though, just because that Harpy ended up being really annoying. Especially, you know, you talk about that knight which can get one shot if it goes near the mountain. It's just like, well, the Harpy could have just gotten shut down. And yeah, like you want to save up for that tier 2 Lytra groove, but like sometimes it is just worth to just rip it and like go for it and just like gain more advantage. But I think there just wasn't enough defending.
I will say the defense, like probably not the best choice of units to defend against Zawan. Like Zigma went for dogs to push away Zawan, but dogs don't really tank very well for your stronghold, so
yeah, like there was a golem, but it was a little bit too late, and then
yeah, there's that too.
You want like spears, really, don't you? Like I think just like chunkier units that can like take hits. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if like spears is the actual best solution, but
yeah, you should go for spears usually.
Okay.
I mean, there's a rifle on the map, but like rifles don't one-shot spears without the crit, so
yeah,
they still can't tank.
And rifles on defense duty in this case, so
yeah, usually they have to like commit a balloon to bring the rifle over, so that's less money they have in their attack. Anyways.
Yeah, well played. Spotyus is gonna take game 1.